I'm Natalie Hurst, and I'm the Senior Director of Customer Success at Nuuly, which is the clothing rental subscription company within the Urban Outfitters family of brands. We know that pausing and canceling subscriptions is going to be part of the customer's journey with us. Because there's billing involved, of course, there's going to be a heightened sense of urgency and emotion in these types of conversations. Really, before Fin, every single one of these tickets went to an agent. Someone still had to check the account, look up the return status, what is the account status, and then determine what actions to take. They're also incredibly high effort and high context work. Fin has been taking these actions now for 2 months, which is really exciting, and the results are super clear. We've seen a 10% increase in Fin resolution rate, which equates to about 20,000 conversations on a monthly basis. We see a 30% increase in Fin CSAT scores, which is really mind-blowing, and we've seen a 5% drop in conversations handled by associates.
Hi, I'm Wing, a product manager at Intercom working on Fin. You just heard from Natalie about how well tasks have worked for Nuuly. Let's make this tangible and see both the customer experience and how it's configured behind the scenes. Here, I have Fin on the right. As a customer, I'm going to come in and ask a question. Something like, I've been charged even after my subscription has been paused, and that I'd like someone to look into it. I'm also going to say that I would really like my money back. So you can see here straight away, Fin immediately responds and manages my expectation. It also then says that it's going to look into my subscription charge and will get back to me. You can notice here that I'm using my own casual language. So I'm saying I'd like my money back, and I'm not using a neat scripted phrase like a refund. So over here, you can see that Fin is able to interpret this language correctly and see that it's about a refund, even though I've not used those exact words. What Fin is doing now is that it's connecting to Nuuly's external systems and is able to personalize the response it's sending me, telling me a bit more about my subscription status, the recent charge that I might be referring to, and the card on file. It then asks if I would like to go ahead and issue a refund. And I'm going to say, yes, refund, please. And like a normal customer would, I might also mix in another request. For example, can I cancel my subscription? So this is where some of the real world mess comes in. Customers don't really stick to one request at a time. And it's interesting to see how Fin deals with this. So you can see Fin actually blends together the response for both of these requests really well. It says it's going to start processing my refund and after that proceed to cancel my subscription. So let's actually flip over to the Intercom inbox. So on the left here, you can see the Intercom inbox. And basically this is just what the teammate sees. Here, there's an exact parallel of the conversation that I've been having as a customer with Fin, but shown to the teammate. What's really interesting here is that you can also see some of Fin's thoughts and how it decides to trigger the task and how it went and thought through this. So you can see here on kind of these conversation events that Fin decided to trigger a pause, cancel, and refund task after detecting my intent. It then started following instructions, also taking into account guidance as well. And you can see here some of the details of Fin's thoughts too. So I would now like to show you behind the scenes how this is getting configured. So from the customer side, it looks really simple and the conversation was really smooth. But here you can see configuring this task actually involves multiple parts. So for example, you have the trigger here, which tells Fin under what situations to trigger this task. And you're even able to train it on positive or negative examples of when you would like Fin to trigger for this particular task. We also have the instruction blocks and different steps that cover all these different edge cases of what the customer could possibly want. So I'm just going to click into one here. And you can see here that this is some natural language instructions that we've written for Fin. How this looks like is that it covers steps that cover all these different edge cases based on what the customer could possibly want. For example, canceling their subscription, pausing it, or getting a refund. We're also able to include specific guidance in order to explain to Fin how exactly what tone it should deal with the customer in. You can see here that the reality is messy, but our system makes it very possible to articulate and model these details so that Fin can handle them reliably. So this is how Intercom enables Fin to handle real-world complexity in a credible, easy-to-configure way.